Hello Year 10 and 11, welcome to your video that goes through analysing and writing about character in A Christmas Carol. This video will focus on the Ghost of Christmas Present. So if you've seen one of my videos before, you'll know that this is the drill. We go through a couple of bits and bobs and then I change it according to whichever character I'm talking about. So first, the question we need to think about is, why do novelists create characters? Just so we can be interested, to make the story flow, to make the reader read on, so we'll read it because they want to. These are all valid answers, but when we're thinking about analysing literature, they are unfortunately not quite right. Okay, so let's have a look at how we should be thinking about characters. Why do novelists create characters? Let's think about that question again. To represent a certain type of person in society, to encourage the reader to think about the character's personality traits, to criticise a certain type of person, to deliver a moral lesson, the didactic message, the teaching point of the novella. Okay, so these are all reasons that novelists, poets, playwrights, they all create characters. Okay, they are to represent real people. They're not real people, but they are to represent real people in real parts of society. Okay? So, we'll go through our key vocabulary again. It's worth, if you've seen this video before, you know this is the key vocabulary that I use in every single video. Feel free to skip over it, but I do change the examples for every character, so it's worth revising. So, first word, first key vocab point is emblematic, which means representing a concept or quality. The spirit is emblematic of the importance of benevolence. Okay? Benevolence meaning generosity. Device, something a writer uses to make a point. The spirit is a device used by Dickens to convey the power of a jovial attitude. Jovial means very happy, jolly, but it's a bit of a better word than jolly. Excuse me. Vehicle, a way that the writer gets a point across. The spirit is a vehicle for Dickens to remind us of the significant impact that the actions of people like Scrooge have on people like Cratchits. Symbol, very similar to emblematic. The spirit symbolises the fleeting nature of the present. Fleeting meaning goes by really quickly, because you know we get to the end of the stave, don't we? And the spirit seems to be dying. Representative, one thing being a substitute for another. The spirit is presented as a dose of reality for the upper classes through the symbolism of ignorance and want. So I've kind of doubled up with my terminology there, but it still works. Okay, so there are 5 kind of keywords that we use when we're analysing character. So, the Ghost of Christmas Present, here is your specific vocabulary for this character. So we've got honest, prophetic, meaning kind of almost future seeing, or kind of predicting kind of what's going to happen. You might remember he talks about Tiny Tim and how he sees an empty chair next Christmas. Jovial, as I said before, that means jolly. Effervescent, that means kind of full of life, very energetic and extrovert. A guide. Omniscient, that means all-knowing. Magnanimous, meaning kind of welcoming, friendly, and benevolent, meaning generous. Okay, so this character represents all of these things. These are all keywords that we can use when we're discussing this spirit. Okay, so if you've seen one of my videos, you know how this goes. Let's have a look at an example. How do I write about character? The Ghost of Christmas Present is jovial. This is shown when he says to Scrooge, "Come in and know me better, man." This tells us that it's important to be a welcoming person, like the spirit is. No. It's saying the right things. It's using the key vocabulary in terms of character specific. It's talking about, what the ghost represents, but it's still talking about the ghost as if it's a real person. Okay, so how do we level this up a bit? Well, do not write about the characters if they're real. They're not. They are emblems, devices, vehicles, symbols of real people. They are representative of the writer's views and attitudes. I know this is a little bit repetitive if you've seen a few of my videos, but these are things you must remember. Let's try it again. The Ghost of Christmas Present is presented as an incredibly jovial character, Dickens clearly conveys this when the spirit is described as telling Scrooge, "Come in and know me better, man." Here the spirit is emblematic of the attitude that Dickens believes that all citizens should adopt, a benevolent and welcoming one. Okay, and so on and so on. It's basically the same thing as the other example said, but it acknowledges that Dickens is deliberately making the ghost of Christmas present this way to make a point. Okay, and as usual, the Queen approves. So, some key takeaways. Again, this is in every video. If you need to skip over this, that's fine. But if you're a first watcher, things you need to remember. Use the key character vocab and the specific adjectives to talk about character. Think about why the writer has presented the character in this way. What is the moral lesson? Don't write about the characters if they are real, they're not. Don't give a summary of character description. Think about why they're described this way. So, your turn. Use the key vocabulary to write a couple of sentences, analysing character using the following quotes. Perhaps it was the pleasure the good spirit had in showing off this power of his. So this is about when they are going through the streets of Dickens's hometown in London, and the spirit is kind of spreading good cheer from his staff. Okay, from stage 3. And then this boy is ignorance, this girl is want. Most of all, beware the boy. I got also from stage 3, right at the end of stage 3. Okay, so use these quotations, use the vocabulary that I've given you to have a go at your own paragraphs. Post your response in the comments or email me at amitchell for Whitby High students. Hope you found this useful. Okay, hopefully this will add to your revision that you should be getting on with at the moment. Thank you very much.